Welcome back, everybody, to Building with Minecraft's Generation. That was a little shaders run through of the little campsite we built last episode, and I will tell you more about the goal, the inspiration for this series in a little bit. But first, let's just enjoy this little campsite we built in our first episode, because as many of you know that watched the first episode, we are moving this episode. So every episode we will move different environments, different pieces of Minecraft's generation, and build something new and exciting and something to really complement the landscape of Minecraft. So what we're doing now is we're going to get all the stuff that we deem to be useful for our adventure. So like the saplings that we're going to need to build stuff with so we don't have to go out and collect them every time, and probably some iron, because I don't want to have to mine that every time. The leads, obviously we can't get those anywhere else. Calcite's probably pretty good, but anyways, so we're just picking up stuff that we won't want to grind out, because after all, this is still survival, and we'll still need to progress in game in order to build and make our lives a little bit easier. So as we pick up our bed, let's go take one last look at our campsite, our little tree house, and our workstation over here. I'm so excited to get this new thing done. I've plans, just a completely different environment we're going to be in. So let's go ahead, look around for a little bit, and pack up this wagon and get moving. Oh, there's normally 2 foxes, but there's been 2 foxes out here that have been fishing while we've been up there, and it's so cute. They just kind of fish around, those are fishies killed, and look at him following those fish. Let's check him out. Sometimes when I get in the water, they run away, but yeah. Oh, sorry, buddy. Yeah, see, they're a little skittish, but that's pretty cool. They've been my little buddies. There's only 2 of them, so... Oh, there's the other one. No, wait. That might be the same one. But there's 2 of them, I promise. Anyway, a little bit more about the series we've been doing, if you're new. The point of this series is that I feel like... Ooh, ruined portal, we're going to have to go get that. But I feel like as Minecraft players, and especially as YouTubers, we spend a lot of time just destroying these mountains, these trees, the places that Minecraft generates, and we don't have enough appreciation for them. So this series, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in survival mode, just adventuring through the natural generation of Minecraft and building some interesting stuff that hopefully can complement the generation itself, whether it's these huge taiga biomes. Is that a pillager's outpost? Holy moly. Okay, we're going to have to go get that. Or those ice biomes or whatnot. We're going to spend some time and really appreciate them. So, if you're interested in that, watch this video, and if you like it, click subscribe. Yeah. Let's see what we got up here. I guess we have to go check out that pillager's outpost. I'd also like to say thank you to, I might butcher your name, but Pi de Pew, I think. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. But he or she told me to get Descent Horizons, which I think is absolutely perfect for what we're trying to do here. Oh my goodness. I don't water. I forgot to get water. Anyway. He said Distant Horizons would be great, and I totally agreed with him. It's exactly what we're trying to do here. So that's why we can see so far. I installed that mod, and I think that's perfect for what we're doing. Just trying to go through Minecraft's generation. I think if we can see all that, then I think that really helps our cause. Let's go get that villager or pillager outpost. So I walked up to the pillager outpost, kind of did a 360 around the little pillager outpost, and really didn't meet a whole lot of opposition from the pillagers, and I was almost fully expecting as I entered the tower to be met with something at least at the top, but nothing there. We had a nice view out, and the chest had some carrots, goat horn, of course, some potatoes, and a little enchanting potion that we were going to splash on ourselves. And of course, we needed to try out the goat horn to see if we got a good one. And yeah, that that's a pretty good. Speak of that view, but it was time to go on an adventure, and I made a little bit of a mistake here. We could have died there, and I would not have had a bed again. We would have died, and I wouldn't have had a bed. And of course, one of these little pillagers popped up as I was low on hearts. I was in a mad panic mode, just didn't want to get shot because I know those crossbows do way too much damage. But luckily, I got away and started scaling this mountain for our adventure. Alright guys, we literally just went over the mountain back there. That is sick. Look at that. Look at the landscape on that. That big mountain in the background, I don't even know if y'all can see that, but that is awesome. But I found something promising, guys. So, we've got a ruined portal over there, and that right there is what we're looking for. So hopefully, not a lot of adventuring, well, not hopefully, but hopefully that this Lush cave is decent in size, but that also means we didn't do a lot of adventuring. So let's go see if that ruined portal has some goodies for us. So approaching the ruined portal, we kind of looked around, dug some stone, found some iron. We kind of took a second to marvel at this little enchanted portal. It's very, very big for it, and I found a golden chest plate with mending on it. Looking back, I'm not really sure, one, why I left that gold, and two, why I didn't take the golden chest plate. I feel like even now that would be something cool to wear. But out of the right corner of my eye, I saw this little monument right here. I was like, this has to be something cool. I got surrounded by a drum, but I did see a chest at the bottom, so I was determined to go find it under this little gravel and stone area. And I was really expecting to find, like, you know, something you'd find in a shipwreck, like a heart of the sea, or maybe like a trident or something to do with these zombie water swamp guys. I don't know, drowned, that's what they're called. But I mean, come on, guys. Like, come on. That is just rough. So I went to the shipwreck across the harbor and actually got some goodies here. We got a bunch of iron and emeralds. But for the life of me, I can't figure out how to do the little, like, select everything. And it pretty much ended in us almost losing half our hearts on our way to looting the shipwreck. I found a little buried treasure map. And we looked at it on our way back to the azalea tree to start our trek down to find the Lush cave. We were too far away. I wasn't gonna leave this little tree to go find it. So we started digging down. We dug down for a little while. I was smart about it. I didn't dig straight down. I just did the two. But I'm pretty sure there's gonna be water down here anyway. And lo and behold, I was right. We found this little cave water, and I was fully expecting to kind of just jump in, especially after seeing those tropical fish and being one of those terraced clay pool lush caves, you know, that they have. But I did not get so lucky, so I went back and started mining through, because at this point I was hearing spiders and skeletons and everywhere around us. I was determined to find this cave, and I mined for like 30 minutes, and just for the life of me, I couldn't find it. So I eventually gave up and made my way back to the surface. We spent a night just killing some mobs, getting some XP and such, and we actually tamed ourselves a little adventure buddy, because now we didn't do adventuring at the first part, but now we've got to find another Lush cave to adventure through and find where we can set up for this build this episode. So we're going to go on an adventure, and I will see y'all in a second. You could see there in that little swamp, we found a little witch's hut, which was pretty sweet. I can't even remember the last time I found one, so I knew we had to take on this witch, and just to remember what's inside. So the witch hit me with a poison, a nasty poison at that, but she made one fatal mistake, and as I was trying to go hide, she dropped down, and that was going to be the end of her. After I'd slayed her, we had to really manage the poison, because obviously it took me down to half a heart. So after we had healed up, thankfully, we were able to get inside of the witch's hut and see what we found. Oh, there's a black cat. I don't have any raw fish. Poop. I think that's like really rare, this black cat. I'm not entirely sure, but that's pretty cool. You can see there that we finally found an azalea tree in a megatia biome of all things. So we started digging down like we did last time, this time in hope that we would find something a little bit more suitable for our builds this episode, and finally we stumbled upon it. Oh! Hello! Well, that is just an excellent sign, isn't it? So I started digging around trying to find a way down. And I'm going to be 100% real with y'all. Y'all are about to see some pretty sweet Minecraft skills here entirely on accident. Yeah, I completely fell down. I tried to place the water and I accidentally picked it back up, but I saved myself with a water bucket clutch, thankfully. And at this point I was panicking. I was in full panic mode. Our dog was with me. He was fighting zombies. I was trying to place torches down so that no mobs would spawn and I could take out the ones that were here. And I panicked and I got up on this waterfall thinking I was making a smart move so that all the mobs would be pushed back. And you could see my dog fighting valiantly back there, killing a skeleton like my boy. At this point we had a baby zombie and a skeleton on us. I was panicking. I was like, oh my god, like I don't know what we're gonna do. Trying to get hits off on the skeleton as he was shooting me, and the baby zombie, of course, was being annoying as usual. And then all of a sudden, I found out that my heart's gonna die, and then I thought if I die, I won't have to respawn, so I have to get my bed down. And so I came over here, and the exact moment my dog teleported to me, I set him down. Look at this creeper, look at this shield turn, but my dog dies. So I came back here to rest, and while I'm resting, I think that we need to have a moment of silence for Wolf. So after that, I was determined to clear out this cave for Wolf. So I kind of went on a little slaying spree, clearing out all the mobs in this cave so that we could build our home here. Okay guys, so it's currently nighttime up there, but you could see after that we cleared all the villains out, the mobs. We've lit it up pretty well, and you can see I planted some of the glowberries on top so that they can kind of come down right here like this. I'll probably add some moss to it just to complete this little cave, but this is really good right here. This is exactly what we need to start our build for this episode. So what I'm gonna do is, well, look at all these fish keep falling down here and dying. All these tropical fish, they just keep falling down and dying. So one of our first things we're gonna do is make them a little pond so that they're safe for once. I mean, good lord. But so we've got this going. We're gonna light it up. Look at that, another one just died. We're gonna light it up really well. Yeah, I've got some glowberries. Hopefully they'll grow and glow, I guess, same thing. But yeah, so this is a great start. Let me kill this guy. And then I'm thinking for this episode, it's going to be a lot of the progression in Minecraft. Like we're gonna spend some time mining. We might, obviously, our first couple builds are gonna be very soon because we're gonna set up our little base down here. But this all I think is gonna be lived in when we're done. So I'm gonna wait for it to be daytime. Go up. Our bed got destroyed, but we will make a bed, set our spawn point, and then we're gonna make some chests and stuff. But get all of this sorted out in here, and then we will go mining and just try to find some diamonds and stuff, just so that we can start growing in this game and setting up our first little base. So I'll be back. Let's do this. Okay, so pretty much just scrap whatever I just said back there. We're going to start our first little build of our compound. You can see I've dug out a little hole here. I decided that we really kind of just needed to define a place that we could put our stuff down and come back to sleep and whatnot, obviously. And this is part of the build, part of our final build of this episode. So you can see that I'm starting with this large hole in the ground. I am kind of texturing it with a little bit of cobble, a little bit of andesite, and almost making it like, say, like a hole in the wall type thing. Except it's a cave and the wall is stone, so it'd almost be like a mined out area where you would have your little house or whatnot that we're building that is just engraved in the stone. So you can see I'm kind of creating an outline of where we are going to put our man-made materials. I don't really like how that cobblestone stair looked there, so I'm going to change that, move that around, place some cobblestone. At the end of the day, I'm not sure about the cobblestone. I think it would look better if we stuck with just andesite and stone, but I do think the cobblestone is a nice mesh between the diorite to the stone. But now we're starting with our jungle planks, which are going to be our man-made aspect and really our building here. We're going to put the door a little bit back to give it a little bit more depth. I know I sped this up and it's not a time lapse like we normally do, but I figured I'd do something a little different and maybe talk you through what I'm thinking as I build this one. It's typically because it's a little bit smaller than normal. So right now what I'm doing is I'm using the logs, strip logs mainly, and obviously wooden planks and stairs to give this build a little bit of texture, like I did with the andesite and cobble. You can see me come around here. I'm kind of a mess at this point, just trying to get all this in, misplacing blocks and stuff. I'm trying hard to get a log to face that way. I finally got it going, obviously. So we're going to keep going and finish this build up. I know that I said I'd be mining, but we're going to do that in a second. So after I finish this build, I'm going to get all of my stuff, put it back in there, and then I'll show you what I've done with it, and then we will get to the mining part. But first, we're going to step back after we finish this build and take a little real-time viewing of it. It's pretty good. It's set in this cave really nicely. I like how it turned out, almost as if it was there before and maybe we refurbished it or something like that. From a distance, yeah, set in that cliff edge really well. I love it. You can see I've built out a little cliff edge for us to look at. We got a little gradient with the diorite, cobblestone, andesite to stone. And along this line, this is one of the couple buildings we're going to build into our compound that are going to look great. So I'll update y'all in a second. Okay, so this is all we've got for an interior right now, but look at those things. They're growing so well. Love that. Okay, this is all we have for an interior right now. Obviously this is not the finished product, but I've got all our stuff loaded in here. I've got some stuff. As you can tell, we're gonna go mining. We're gonna grind this one out. Hopefully find some diamonds and upgrade us a little bit to where we can go to the nether. That is the end goal for this mining trip. We need some diamonds, we need some obsidian, and we need to figure out a way to get to the nether. Obviously we know how, but we got to get the materials and stuff to do so. So I'll see y'all in a second. So we pretty much just dug straight down. I mean, not straight down, but terraced down, and we got so lucky. We hit a mine shaft, which was golden. So I put together a little montage of everything we got, and I will see y'all for an after mining summary in just a second. Okay, so after that mining adventure, we had a lot of success. We got really lucky hitting that mine shaft right there. We got plenty of diamonds, 23 diamonds. That's more than enough for some armor and an enchanting table and all that good stuff. We already made the pickaxe, obsidian for our nether portal. We already have some, yeah, right there. A name tag. We had a geode so we can have a little spyglass, which would be awesome for our adventures. Yeah, a totally successful mining adventure. So we need to start building. I'm going to organize all of this and gather some materials, and we will get right into our first real time lapse of what we're building today. See you then. And that is our little cliff edge done. I know that in our guidelines, I guess, for this series, we talked about like building, without destroying Minecraft generation. And I know like this might be a stretch, obviously, with the cliffside, but I also think that part of our goal here was to complement the generation. I think that building this little cliff edge, it almost creates another little cave-ish thing right there with the little vegetation. We've got our rooted dirt with the roots hanging out, stuff like that. I think it complements the rest of this cave very well, where this is really concave and coming in. I think we did a good job kind of setting up a place where we can live inside of this lush cave and with this lush cave with the glowberries and such. So let me show y'all. I did a little bit of detailing around here. We've got some texturing. We've got obviously the plants and such coming all the way down here. I've set up some lanterns and stuff like that where we're going to have all of our builds, all of our little structures dug into these walls, like right over here. But I will say that I did do the interior for our little jungle house. It's kind of random and stuff, but it's pretty good. We've got our chests and such here. So we have. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get together a huge gather a bunch of materials is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get us all ready to put together one big time lapse of our final builds here, and we will get all of this done for this episode. So let's get to it. We are back after that time lapse. We got all the builds completed. This one, the little granite one, it's 2 stories. It looks really nice, kind of just I mean, all of them are really nicely set into where we want them. Look like they've been a part of this cave for a while. We've got that little splash of color right there, and then all the way down. So let's take a tour. I think I have to say that my favorite part is this little natural cliff edge we created. It fits in so well with what we were trying to do, and it really looks like it's been there. I also added a little railway, a little minecart railway that we could use to get to each of the stops on the way and all the way down the cliff, or the end of the cliff edge. And then what y'all don't know is that I actually did interiors for the 2 builds that you didn't see. They're not very functional. They're kind of just a mess of the building blocks we had, but they work. Just some barrels in this one and such. And then upstairs we go, and I think this is, no, I know this is the wagon we used in the first episode. I mean, I'm not sure if y'all were wondering how we got all our stuff over here, but this is our little travel wagon, so it's gonna be coming with us. Don't ask me how we got it up into this little room, but I guess this is what we're gonna be packing up for next episode to take us on our way to our next adventure. But yeah, I think that's pretty funny. And then moving on, we go to our little splash of color here in the purple and pink building. I normally don't use such vibrant colors in this one, but I really think that the awning worked out well. It gives it a little 3-dimensional flair, to which we've only been really building into the wall. I really like that a lot. And then coming in, this interior is pretty similar to the granite one. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of building blocks that we used on the build itself. We've got a little bit of barrels in here with some storage and shroom lights in the bottom to light it up. I think this one might be my favorite. It turned out really well, and I enjoy the splash of a different color than the green and orange that we have going on in the cave. Back onto the jungle. We've been in this one for a while. Our first build of the episode. Just a quaint little home base for us with all our stuff. And then moving on, y'all did see this interior on the time lapse. It's kind of like a natural little pocket of the Lush cave where we have our nether portal and all the stuff we would need for it. So yeah, that is the episode, and the build's done. Thank y'all so much for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. I'm going to leave y'all with a little cinematic of us on the railway to show you that it works, and maybe a little shaders run through of what we've done today. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed for the next episode, and thank you again for watching.